morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on where you are. Hello to the other side of the world that's sleeping now. We'll see this afterwards in recording. Welcome to our usual weekly AMA. After a very exciting week of non-battles, I know some of you already have the shivers of not having any bets to do lately. We've kind of had to force you guys to go into the cold turkey, but Matt has told me on the side that there might be a couple of updates to reveal today. So let's see what comes out of it. On my end, I don't have much to update you guys. It's pretty much what we've been doing lately. We still are going to go over the giveaways as usual. As you guys saw. Sorry, I'm kind of hovering here one side to the other because I normally have two screens side by side, and then today, because I'm in a different place, it's not mine. I'm actually using up someone else's television, so it's a really weird setup for me at the moment. I literally have to recline back just to make sure that the recording was happening. So we'll do the giveaway at the end as usual. The wheel of names is already on screen. Someone was asking me this on Telegram, so I might as well update everyone. So the wheel of names is the usual names that you all guys provided since the start of the delay of season 2. I do not repeat names. So basically, if you get lucky to win an NFT, your name is actually automatically removed from the list, so that there shouldn't be anyone winning 2 NFTs. I know you guys want as many NFTs as possible, but in order to be, spread the joy, so to speak, if you win one, you get removed out of the list. So far, all the NFTs have been given, so these ones today will be the ones since the arena got interrupted. So that's why it's 7 NFTs today. Let's see if there's more or not, and I'll pass the word to Matt.
Great. So I'll just kind of start things off today with just giving an update. So we are, what I think is in the possibly final hours of testing the season 2 redeployment. There's been dev testing on our end for many days now, which each and every time uncovers like one small little thing here and there that requires new builds being propagated, but I feel pretty confident that they're essentially there. So some of the updates that you guys will see in the season 2 re-release that should be coming, anytime, not going to say a specific time, but yeah, I mean it's super close. Now, with that being said, the exploit that brought season 2 down almost as fast as it was made live has been mitigated, as well as adding additional layers to the variability of battle outcomes. So the additional layers that have been added are the inclusion of some refined attack vectors, as well as the ability for the combatants to block attacks, which adds an entirely different layer, which is all randomized at times that a character can block and attack the battles. The time that it took to complete a battle from start to finish was getting kind of excessive. So we looked for the developers looked for ways to optimize that and to kind of speed things up where it makes sense. And so we've, I think, hit like a really good balance of thorough gameplay that makes it fun, exciting, and engaging, while at the same time not making it seem too long and too lengthy in between each battles. Could be any time, but we've also integrated in some of the additional features for season 2 that we hadn't looked to include. One of which I'll just go ahead and just drop a screenshot here into the chat. One of the things I think that some people had
Matt had noted a screenshot.
What you're looking at there is I'm trying to read that. Get season 2 redeployed, and then we can also then look in the days and the weeks to come to do some the crypto market as well as the world financial so far, over the weekend and then coming into this week. So there is a lot of confidence in some of the niche Web3 markets, including the one where Meme Kombat exists. I think there's quite a number of cases out there that support that there's still active traders, there's volume out there to find. It's just a matter of getting in front of those individuals. So I'm excited to get the marketing going, as we previously. And so we do, and I mentioned this in previous AMAs. We do set up with additional optimizations for mobile once we've really locked in the final desktop look and feel. I think that could and should be making as well, because I think that there's some improvements that can be made there. So those are all some fit and finish things that we have on our plate. Once we've gotten a stable and ready for everyone deployment of season 2 for desktop. So I'm just gonna obviously it's gonna just take a few for us to get those optimizations rolled out for you guys.
Okay, not sure if I'm hearable now, or am I still sounding like a robot?
I think stopping the screen share will definitely help you.
I already did, so hopefully that has improved a bit. Okay, another question that we had a couple of times already that I saw, which is partnerships and the possibility of new fighters coming into the arena via those partnerships. Whether if that has already started or if it's still in the plans.
Yeah, I mean, we do have ideas and concepts around that we and absolutely want to do, and then there's these the nice to haves, things that would be great if we could materialize them. So I'm definitely interested and excited about exploring things like that for season 2, 2.5, something like that. With that being said, yeah, I think that it's a little soon to start making commitments. And I would be lying if I told you guys that I was gun shy about making anything that sounded even more like a commitment, has a better track record of delivering things on time.
I was going to say Matt's still under a blockage. He can't say any dates or anything like that. No, but we had mentioned this before in another AMA, and unfortunately, season 2 had this issue. But we had mentioned before that after season 2 would start, we would actually open up a way that for you guys to suggest any partnerships and any memes that you guys thought would fit with the game. So now when we resume in a few hours, not in 2 minutes, be good people. Hopefully then if everything's stable, then I'll definitely start with that one, and I'll wait for you guys. I know some of you already suggested a couple of them. I've seen it in the feedback and in Telegram as well. But then I want to try and make it a bit more central so you guys also know. There was a question about, is it possible to make a Telegram version of Meme Kombat? And I'm assuming this is based after the success of Hamster Combat. The question is there any plan to do any Telegram version of?
We don't have a plan right now to do a Telegram version. That's not really the direction that as a team that we had intended or wanted to go. Mostly just because of our future plans. I mean, Telegram's great, and for very, very simple games and game architecture, Telegram's great. But it does kind of put you in a box a little bit. And I think that, for instance, season one was a version of Meme Kombat that very much could have existed on the framework of like Telegram. Although there would have been challenges. Season 2 would have also been incredibly challenging to articulate that on Telegram. What we have envisioned for the future, it would be quite impossible unless there was some massive changes, both to the way that you could integrate outside dApps and applications onto Telegram, as well as the way that outside resources or technologies communicate directly with the Telegram platform. It wouldn't be a good foundation for us to build off of, which is the reason why we went to the direction that we went. But if you're
Okay.
looking to build a
And
very simple game with that's like once you've released it, that's the way it works, and that's the way it'll always be. Telegram very much is a decent resource for that, but that's not Meme Combat.
although this actually cues in quite well for the next question, which is someone asking: is the team planning to add new, different kind of games to Meme Combat, so not just the battle?
I mean, so we have, and we've talked about this before, right? We have a bunch of ideas that are absolutely in play, and to get you guys excited about something that is so super far off, mostly for our own mental health and salvation, as well as for yours as well. There's so many different ways that we can execute additional gameplay and make it fun and interesting, and constantly making it feel refreshed and different. That hopefully will help sustain some of that excitement, well into the future in the years to come. So.
We do have a question that's a bit longer, so hopefully this sound will not fail me now. Because in the meantime, I could have lost it. There it is. So I'm going to read it as it is written. I think it's the easiest one. This is a circulating question, but still no great answer. The wallet with 3.7 million tokens that we should assume is burned, but it isn't really burned. I think it's important that the correct communications are made to relevant people to officially get this removed. When we signed up to be a supporter, we signed up for everything that was entailed in marketing of this and statements made pre-launch. I think it's fair for all investors, and especially long-term investors, that this be completely resolved so the question stops getting set. So the short version is the tokens that were supposed to be burned and then it got sent to the wrong address. If there's like a definite answer to what's happening there, instead of we're still trying to solve it, or if that's it, there's nothing, we reach the conclusion that there's nothing else that we can do, and we are considering them as burned, and that's it.
Well, I think that there needs to be a distinction tagged on to that question, Hermes. The distinction being that it's not a wallet; it's actually a contract. The contract are burned, although the intention, my intention, as well as the direction, the intention, as well as what was stated to the community, is that those tokens were to be sent to the Ethereum burn address. What had transpired all those months back was the dev had began the process of doing that exactly, of moving the tokens to the Ethereum burn address. But the way that the tokens where they existed, which was in a separate contract, the way that contract was built and set up is that as soon as those tokens were to be as soon as there was a function executed on that contract, that they would immediately be shipped to that collection had been rendered inoperable. So we can I thought that we had already done that many months back, but admittedly, like my memory on that's a little hazy, so we can revisit that. The real question would be is if we were to put together a technical response to that specific question, which I think is obviously valid, and anybody new coming in is going to want to probably either ask that question if they're that technical, or at the very least, it'll get revisited. Where do people think would be the best place to put that, so that new eyes or people that are coming into the project fresh would? And I suppose another option as well is that we could build this into the Meme Kombat AI's knowledge base if they were to ask that particular question as well, if it's not already there.
Yep. I'll have to review because I can't remember if we already added to the very smart artificial intelligence. Although apparently it's getting smarter, because you guys haven't complained in a while about it saying anything weird. But I'll double check after. I'm pretty sure by now someone's already asking it the question. But I will ask you guys the question after this AMA is over. What would be the place that you guys would prefer to have it? There's a couple of questions about we are waiting for season 2 to restart before we update the roadmap. Or am I incorrect?
Yeah, I mean that's what I've kind of maintained the last few AMAs, that's what we're doing, and that's still very much accurate. That I mean, our hyper focus right now is getting season 2 redeployed, making sure that it's stable and that it's working to ours as well as everyone else's expectations. And then, as I've stated before, the intention is to meet as a larger overall team to begin mapping out um, future deliverables, future milestones that, as a community, that you guys can hold us accountable to. I don't want to.
Another question that I got here is: can the team guarantee that there can be no ways of predicting the outcome before the betting is closed now after all these fixes?
I'm 99.9% confident, and I wouldn't say 100% because of the. I mean, I genuinely feel as though that as an individual, I may be cursed. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm 99.9% confident that with the way that the game is now architected, and thank you to to whoever it is that showed us that exploit. Appreciate it. Still haven't. Seen any sort of goodwill in terms of like returning a lot of that money that was siphoned out, but that's part of development, I suppose. But so one part of that attack vector was obviously being able to see certain things. Being able to see who was attacking first, right? That was a major flaw. That didn't necessarily mean that character was going to win the battle. There was just a preponderance that they were more likely to, and that's really what was being exploited. With that being said, that's been the game. It would render that moot as well. So I think that we've patched it as well as created a redundancy layer that we had intended to release all along, but we just we're just rushing to try to get season 2 out as quickly as possible. So I'm looking forward to having you guys all play that and feeling confident in the way that the gameplay is going to be more varied in terms of who it will be the victor.
There's also a couple of people asking in terms of marketing if everything's still as it was or if there's going to be any changes between the recent changes in the market without delays. So if the plan is still as the game gets launched, then we confirm everything's okay if we're going to start the marketing or if there's any alterations in the plan at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, so so in terms of our approach, our overall strategy, nothing has changed, and that's still very much locked in. In terms of the messaging, there will be some subtle changes and tweaks, just and because you don't want it to sound tone deaf. That's going to be just based off of market dynamics, and that's really left to the experts. I'm not dictating every word here and there. But yeah, I mean, so as the market changes, as it shifts, if the market is raging, then then you propose to new people that to look at MK. It's a a gem that's been around now for nearly a year. If the market's terrible and bleeding red, you focus on MK being a store value and a safe place to hunker down and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. There's just different tones of voices or approaches that you can take depending on current market conditions. And the experts that do this for a living, they know that. So. All right. Okay.
I mean, I already have Jackson, and there's a couple of questions of when, as usual. I think there's a question about the plans for the centralized exchanges. Are they still going on, or if anything changed now with the recent interruption? And I'm assuming the answer is everything is as it was before, correct?
Everything is as it was before. Nothing's changed. And to be completely honest,
Exactly.
centralized exchanges don't really care much about the game or with anything with respect to that. Really, there's only one thing that they really do care about, which is volume, and so that's on us.
Ow. Sorry, thank you for reminding me, guys. Yeah, there's a couple of them asking about the NFT integration because we did have a post this week talking about the NFT integration coming out sooner. What was that all about?
Yeah, I mean, so we do have a locked-in plan in terms of what NFT integration looks like for season 2.5. We're hoping that once we get season 2 up and running and stable, and our devs can shift their focus onto the future integrations like that we can start to give you guys timelines. I anticipate that that NFT integration will be probably one of the early milestones that will be highlighted in the updated roadmap for Meme Kombat. So, not going to give any sort of promises yet, but yeah, I think that we should have something on that front sooner than later.
Yeah. Exactly. So the answer to your question, guys, is we're not going to give you dates for the obvious reason. I think we all learned that lesson by now. Dates are bad in the MK environment because you get cursed, but things are moving a bit faster on the background than originally planned. So the NFT integration might show up a bit earlier than even we were expecting. It's the same thing with the blocks, for example. The blocks weren't supposed to come out already, but because we had this interruption, actually allowed us to work on that a bit faster than planned. I think that is it for this week. So this summer NFT integration. I'm not going to say that, especially because summer depends on which hemisphere you're living. I think that's it. We hope a few hours. Hopefully hours that I won't be up at like 2 in the morning and stuff like that. With the new features that Matt mentioned, so the blocking and the loading screen, so everyone's at the same level when they join the battle. And that is pretty much it in terms of major updates related to the arena. Obviously today there won't be any logs in terms of numbers or anything. I'll make the dev log in the same way that I did last week, because no arena equal. I don't have any numbers for you guys. There was no bets, but I'll do the just the text version for you guys, which will include the things that Matt has mentioned today. That's why I haven't done it yet, because I knew Matt wanted to reveal these things during the gaming. Once again, Matt, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for everyone. I will proceed now to the NFT raffle. I might not speak during the NFT raffle because, as you saw, the second I started transmitting the screen, my sound started going cuckoo. Not sure why, since it was showing it. Spin the wheel. First winner is U_T_Y from Discord. So congratulations. You are the first one out of the 7. Second winner is Shiva_78, also from Discord. So congratulations there as well. Lago from Discord. I hope I'm reading your name properly. 4 more to go. River_2K from Discord. We're very Discord oriented today. Oh god. CPERK868 Discord. You guys can start having proper names. This is Alpine89 from Discord. And for the last one, we have skyrocket from Discord as well. So congratulations to all winners. I'll post your names in a second. So today was only Discord, which is kind of funny. I do apologize for the internet being like this. There's not much I can do. It's been a general issue all over the country. I don't know what's going on with the infrastructures in general. But yeah, see you guys in the arena in a few hours.